YouTube, what is going on? Chris with Journos Comics. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. For those watching on the rewind, you might want to fast forward the first couple minutes. Let some folks get in here. This is our comic book canon pre-show live. So every week I will be doing a live show at 4 p.m. Pacific time, uh, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be talking about what I and my co-host Jeff will be doing on our Friday night comic book canon show. And guys, that link is in the description. I'm going to go ahead and share it here in the chat. So go ahead and click that link. Go give the comic book canon channel a subscribe and check us out. We have an awesome show tonight. It is our official first show. What is going on, Isaac? Thanks for joining me today, man. We did our soft launch pilot episode last week. It went really well. I'll be talking a little bit about that show as well today. And yeah, we'll just be hanging out for a little bit. We have a lot of awesome things today. So the link is below in the description. I just shared it in the chat. So I'll give you guys a minute to go ahead and click that link. Go give comic book canon a sub. Evans Comics, what's going on? So I hope everyone's had a great week. Man, my week has been super crazy busy. I haven't done as many videos as I wanted to, but that's only because I've been busy getting so much together for my room tour still. You might be able to see a little bit back there in the background, but I have my setup to where I didn't want to give too much away in terms of what I've been doing to my room. I said this, I think last week in a video, that this is probably going to be the biggest changes to my room than since I started my channel. So we are like 4 years in the making here. And I'm excited. So I hope you guys are excited as well. I've been working on a lot of art commissions. I appreciate everyone in the community reaching out to me, wanting me to do some commissions for them. I did an awesome one for Matt, the boy who had 7. I did see that I was following the track, and I did see that he received it. I might be hopping over to his channel doing a live unboxing with him. Otherwise, I'd be showing it off right now because I'm super excited. But I'll leave the excitement and the mystery to him. I want to see his reaction once he gets that book open. Isaac, much love and big shout out to Isaac. He's been asking about showing on my Flash collection, and it's definitely on my list. The thing is, Isaac, my Flash collection is not that great. I'll still show it off though. I have maybe I don't know, 6 volume 1 books. I have a decent amount of the 80s run, and then I have probably more 2000 stuff than I do anything before that. But I did collect the Rebirth run from like issue 1 to 50, somewhere around there. So yeah, I mean, if you have a preference of what you'd want to see, let me know, because like I said, it's kind of slim. Flash, I had a good friend as a kid that loved Flash. I remember when the original show, the 90s show came out, and be at his house, and he'd always be watching the Flash show. He collected Flash. He got me into it a little bit. That's where I got some of the 80s and 90s issues from, but I was never too big. But as an adult, like, I started reading the New 52 Flash, and I really started enjoying that. I read the first 2 trade paperback volumes of New 52, and then I just kind of fell off on it. And I've been meaning to read so much of the Rebirth stuff, but being in school during that time, I just kind of fell off of all that as well, even though I collected so much of it. So, but yeah, so I mean, there's a good solid list of my collection that I still want to show off in the near future. I have been, with the reorganizing of my room, I've been reorganizing my boxes as well. I've been transferring some long boxes to short boxes. I did, guys. I've been Mod Podging like crazy. I would show those, but I'll wait for the room tour. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 Mod Podge custom boxes. out of the I don't have any around me, out of the USPS priority mailer boxes. So I've been having so much fun with those. I can't wait to show those off on the room tour. And then outside of that, I was man, yeah, I was able to get some comic boxes, guys, and I got them for pretty cheap. I got a 5-pack for like 24 bucks from Walmart.com. Now it's from a third party that sells them, but they're not the best quality. Like, look at this. I put this one together, and you can see here that it won't shut all the way. I like the green. I mean, they're durable. They're not super flimsy, but it's definitely not like your ECW or Comic Defense boxes at all. But I mean, you know, I like having some color for sure. I just, man, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I put a, yep, see, pretty much the same with the second one. It just, it doesn't want to close all the way. And it has this lid that's not, but you know, I mean, when you look inside, the panel's still flat, and you know, it should hold it well. So they should do the job. Like I said, I like the color. So if you're having trouble finding boxes, if your LCSs are closed right now and they're not selling boxes, I just went on Walmart.com and searched comic book boxes and found a 5-pack for 24 bucks. And I got free shipping because no, it was free shipping. Yeah, it was like $24.95 with free shipping. So I got 5 of them. So that's helped. I still got to transfer some long boxes down into those. There's a reason why I'm getting away from long boxes, except for my unit right here, because this unit that I built is specific to long boxes. So those cubbies hold long boxes perfectly. What's going on, Anthony? Anthony, short box. We were just talking about short boxes. Yes. I will be doing a video soon too, guys, on my unit. I had somebody in the comments of one of my video asking me if I purchased this or if I built it myself. I did build it myself. There's an awesome technique that I used, which allowed me to not use any nails, that you know, that I really enjoyed with this model. I built blueprints and everything before I put it together, but there's some things that I could have done differently still, but I'm going to make a video showing off that and kind of the do's and don'ts of what to do moving forward. Like if I was to ever build one again, or if you guys are interested in making some, a lot of awesome tips, but then a lot of things that like I said, could have avoided that I know now. So Master Sith, what's going on? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait to do more collection videos as well. So well, let me talk about the show tonight, guys. So I put a link below. I'm gonna drop the link again here in the comments. Now this link is for the Comic Book Canon YouTube channel, direct link to our live show tonight. There it is on screen. It is at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Myself and my co-host Jeff will be at the Comic Book Canon YouTube doing our first official show. We did the soft launch last week, had a great show, had some great fan interaction. I'm super excited. We got some awesome things to talk about. So go ahead and click that link. Go give Comic Book Canon a sub. You can find them on Instagram at Comic Book Canon. If you're not subscribed to me on Instagram as well, it's at Journos_comics, just like in my display name here. So hit that link, check that out. So tonight, guys, I mean, there's a lot going on right now, believe it or not, even though the world seems to be put on a standstill in some ways, but we have some great news to talk about. Next week, we see Diamond getting back to business. So that's going to be one thing that we're going to talk about. They have a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So there's been some controversy around some of the things that they've been doing. There's been some awesome things behind the scenes that they've been doing, but ultimately May 20th, they will be coming back. We'll be talking about that. I want to know, you know, what you guys think about that, perspective on that. For me, I hope that Midtown Comics gets their previews back up, because they completely stopped with their new preview sales. And for those that don't know, midtowncomics.com, you can pre-order books like 3 months in advance and get 35 to 50% off cover price. So I don't buy too many new releases anymore. And I tend to like to support my local LCSs. Obviously, we can't right now. But when it comes to those new books, I usually spend like $20 to $25 per month, not week, but per month on just a good handful of books. And I use midtowncomics.com because I get that 35 to 50% off cover price. Thanks for subscribing to Comic Book Canon, Isaac. Appreciate it. Anthony says, I hope they start shipping. I want to read the end of the Fantastic Four X-Men crossover. Yeah, you know, there's so much to read out there right now, too. We can always go backwards and go through thousands and thousands of old comics and back issues, but it's tough when you have such a long break. It reminds me of the CW shows where there's always like two breaks within their seasons, and you know, we'll wait like over a month for a new episode, and I'll be like, I forgot what was happening in the last episode. It's been so long. It's like, you know, if you're reading a new story arc, you know, or a run, you want it consistently. You wait too long, it's crazy. That's why I love reading comics that are already out, and you have like a stack where you could just read and not read one and have to wait another month before the new one comes out. So like if there's a mini series or a story arc, I'll try to wait till it's all done or all out, and then I'll just read them all at once, because lingering in suspense is tough. So we'll be discussing Diamond, what that means for the industry and local comic book shops. We're going to talk about some Star Wars news, some more updates to Mandalorian Season 2, some new character announcements. We got characters coming from all different, platforms, whether it's the old movies, the prequels, the original trilogy, or even some of the animated series. So, all right, what else do we got? Master Sis says, do you think small comic shops will survive the shutdown? Man, it's such a good question. We'll be talking about that as well. I think obviously it pertains to each comic book shop. I was already reading this week that there was a couple that had shut down that most likely won't be coming back. And it worries me. It really does. It worries me for some of the smaller shops, even in my area. I always give big shout outs to A1 Comics. I think they'll be completely fine. They're really utilizing curbside pickup. They're really utilizing live sales, like on Instagram and Facebook. And I know they're still able to bring revenue in. Those that utilize eBay, but you know, there's those local shops, and I brought up Boys of Summer in Vacaville, just hop, skip, and a jump down the way. Kevin, the owner there, I mean, he's been there for over 30 years, and it's just a really small shop. You know, he started as more of a sports memorabilia shop, which he still does, but you know, over the last 10 plus years, he's focused more and more on comic books. And I just, I really hope that he can survive this, especially someone that's been in business for so long. So there's those shops that I really worry about. But yeah, I know there was a shop in San Diego that had to close their doors for good. There was a shop in Florida. So it's tough. And who knows, maybe at some point, if these shops do close down, if they still have, inventory, and where they get to a point to where they can start bringing money back into, support rent. Because the thing I look at this is these businesses if they're in a unit, and they're renting, are the landlords still, demanding rent and utilities and whatnot? And I think that's what's shooting them in the foot. So we may see certain stores like say, well, shoot, we got to shut our doors. They give up their contract for the space that they're in. And then when we come out of this, maybe they find a new place to rent, and they just bring their inventory and kind of start fresh. That's something that may happen for some of these LCS owners. So yeah, it's crazy. Comic and collectibles. Yeah, Isaac is asking them specifically about comics and collectibles down in I believe the South Sacramento area. And I don't know, you know, Isaac, I don't know much about that store. Like I said, I've been there once, and I know they've been there for a long time. Um, I want to check in with them. I want to look online and see if they've been doing any updates, or if they, I don't know if you've seen them selling online at all. But another location that you brought up, asking if I ever went there, was a Stand Up Comics in El Cerrito, down in the East Bay. They've been around for what, over 30 years now, because I was going to them as a little kid, and they switched locations in the same area, though, some years back. I think like over like 20 years ago now they changed locations. But yeah, you know, one of the individuals that works there is the kid I went to high school with. Well, he's not a kid anymore, but and he's been there for years. So I hope they come out of this. I haven't been there probably in, I went there ever since I moved out of the Bay Area. I stopped by there like once when I went back, maybe like 6 years ago. So it's been a while. But I got my fingers crossed, man. I'm rooting for all these LCSs, and there's some good news surrounding that, and what we'll be talking about tonight on the show. Something else we're going to be talking about is New Mutants, the New Mutants movie, and when we all are going to be able to see that film. I just, at this point, I hope it's worth it. Hope it's been worth the wait. We're going to be talking about CW, DC Universe, and what's going to be showing up on CW. For me, I've watched all the CW shows. I've enjoyed them for the most part, but then I have my qualms as well. I have my issues. It was sad to see Arrow go, but at the same time, I think it kind of ran its course, you know. So I'm still trying. I'm actually enjoying the first season of Batwoman, but I will say it seems that these shows tend to, you know, start high and kind of, but I'll talk about that more in the show tonight for sure. And then we're going to be talking about some possible Sony MCU Spider-Man stuff. There's a lot of talk out there. I'm sure we've all been talking about certain things that we want to see. And we still don't really know what the Sony verse is going to look like in terms of its connectivity to the MCU. I mean, we could be getting thrown curveballs right now with the Morbius trailer, having certain people show up and things like that. So there's a lot of unknowns, but we're going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff there as well. So we got a packed show, guys. Now, one thing I do want to let everyone know too is you guys still have a chance to to be featured on the show. So we're going to be doing a segment called My First Comic. And we're going to be showing off, my co-host Jeff and I are going to be showing off our first comic books, and we're going to be telling a story about what really got us into collecting. So if you have your first comic book that you've ever owned, or maybe your first couple of comic books that you ever owned, doesn't have to be like the exact issue, but if you know which one was the first one in your hands in your collection, take a picture of it, share it on Instagram, share it on Twitter, and put the hashtag MyFirstComicCBC, and we'll feature your book on the show. I'm going to leave the hashtag in the comments for you guys. You still have plenty of time. My First Comic CBC. So go ahead and take a picture of that first comic book. Throw it up on Instagram or Twitter via that hashtag, and we'll find you guys. Isaac says, have you heard about the Spider-Man storyline, Spider-Man's life story? What are your thoughts on it? Is that a comic book right now, Isaac? Spider-Man's life story? I think there was a couple of limited series Spider-Mans, and I have one in mind. I don't know if that's the same one you're thinking of. I haven't read any of the newer limited series or whatnot with Spider-Man. I've read like almost every Spider-Man ever published. I read so many random limited series that they made in like the 90s and early 2000s. But I've been behind on my reading, and I've just been trying to focus on the current Amazing Spider-Man. And then they were doing a Spectacular Spider-Man came back. And then a Friendly Neighborhood came back, and I have those issues and I haven't started reading them yet. So I'm like a year behind on all my Spider-Man stuff. Came out a couple years ago. Okay, yeah. You know, but I never read that, Isaac. I heard a lot of good things about it. I don't even have any of the issues, but I might try to find it on Marvel Unlimited, because right now I am currently subscribed to Marvel Unlimited. If you guys just want reading material right now, check out Marvel Unlimited. I know a lot of people are like, you know, I want the physical book in my hand. I can't really do the digital comic thing. I'm with you. I'm like that as well. But if you're just wanting to read runs right now or read story arcs, check out Marvel Unlimited. It's like $9 a month, and right now it's worth it. I'm currently reading, trying to catch up on my X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. So that's what I've been reading. Alex, what's going on, man? A1 is having a live sale tonight. Yes, I know it's conflicting with our show, man. It sucks because I wanted to check it out. I still have a $50 A1 gift card that I need to use. It's been sitting in my wallet. Yeah, so man, I know. And then they were supposed to have one last week that didn't happen as well. But and I saw some of the stuff they were selling, guys. So hey, if you guys, you know, I hope that you guys are coming and watching our show at 6. But if you have some time to check out A1 Comics, go check them out on Facebook, A-1 Comics. Go check them out on Instagram and check out their live sales, man. It's crazy. They got some crazy good stuff. Jeff, there's the man himself. There's my co-host Jeff. He's talking about I read all but one of the Spider-Man series. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I heard some really really awesome things. Yeah, but like I said, I'm so behind on any reading, guys. But right now, the reason why I've been even more behind on my reading, even with just trying to read day to day, is because I'm so hyped with getting my room tour. Like this is like, it's almost like a trip to Disneyland for me, like doing this, because it's just been something I've been preparing for weeks. And yeah, you know, so let's see. All right, let me know what you guys are reading. What are you guys reading right now? I have so much in my to read box. I got a stack right here. There I got my Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man stuff. But I got some I got the Book of Death Volume 1 limited series. Who put that out? Was that Dynamite? I can't remember off the top of my head. I still have to read Power of X. I have that in my to read, but that's why I'm catching up on all my old X-Men stuff, reading a lot of that again. Isaac said, I'm really excited about your room tour. It's gonna look awesome. I'm telling you guys, I'm so excited. Some big news too, guys, that'll help my channel is I actually I actually ordered some lighting like 2 months ago, and a better tripod, but I ordered it from wish.com. And I literally ordered it over 2 months ago and it's still not here yet. So I don't know if any of you guys have ordered from wish.com. Wish.com is nuts, man. It's I mean, sometimes you could find some interesting stuff on it. Library of Congress, Comics, Library of Congress, Library of Comics. What's going on, man? Anyways, be careful with Wish, but I found a cheap ring light with a stand, so hopefully it'll do the job. I hope that'll be here for my my room tour, because I want some awesome lighting in here. I want you guys to see everything that I see. So like everyone is here with me. Guys, okay, not comic related, but I wanted to bring this up. I am putting together, so I for all you sports fans out there, first off, I don't know how many of you are watching The Last Stand, the Jordan Bulls documentary on ESPN right now, but man, this is like freaking Emmy award-winning stuff. I think it's been almost like one of the highlights of the Shelter in Place right now. The final 2 episodes are airing on Sunday. If you have Hulu or Netflix, I believe either of those, you can go back and I think watch the old episodes. But man, if you guys are basketball fans or Bulls fans or sports fans, check that out if you haven't yet. And I'm in some sports groups on Facebook, and there's always the debate about the greatest, right? and I am just so tired. And I know it's all for fun. It's hard to argue this stuff, and it's all for fun. But I'm tired of people putting LeBron. And no disrespect to LeBron, I appreciate LeBron. I love LeBron as a human being outside of the court, and what he does on the court is amazing. He's a Hall of Famer. He's definitely possibly a top five, absolutely a top 10 of all time. But in my opinion, he's nowhere near Jordan. And I'm putting together the most detailed and extensive statistical data analysis of a comparison between Michael Jordan and LeBron that you have ever seen. And I'm going to kill the argument once and for all. I'm going to make a video on that, but it's going to be on my Oni Ounce, my YouTube, which is my music YouTube, which is completely different than my comic book stuff. But I will be announcing it on this channel. I'll be leaving a link so you guys can go check that out, all for fun. Yeah, I can't wait. I was putting this chart together a couple days ago, and it's so crazy. It's this spreadsheet, and it's not even like halfway done, and it's already like 2 pages long. So, but it's gonna be fun for sure. How many of you guys have been watching that show, man? The Last Stand. And as somebody, I'm a Bulls fan. I'm rocking my Bulls right here. Boom! I got the gold in camo right there. Boom! Man, my family's from Chicago, even though I grew up in the Bay Area. I love the Warriors. I respect the Warriors. I met Chris Mullin growing up. I met Latrell Sprewell, but it's been the Bulls since day one, man. And yeah, so watching this just brings back so many memories. What a time to live in, man. Just to be able to be a kid and watching Jordan. And you could probably say that for like the generation right below me that grew up watching Kobe, because I will say that Kobe is like the closest thing to Jordan that we will probably ever see. Kobe's number one, man. Rest his soul, man. I got my Kobe book right here. Got my Kobe book protected, But even Kobe said, don't compare me to Jordan. I wouldn't exist without Jordan. Everything I do was to emulate him. Boom. But yeah, those two guys, man. For sure. It's sad too, because I was, my kids were reading the Kobe's books, it was like basketball meets Harry Potter that he was writing with a co-author. And man, 41 years old, man. He has so much to offer this earth still, and just sad, man. With that being said, guys, I'll be hanging out here pre-show for about probably 25 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, any cool topics you guys want to talk about, again, check out the show at the Comic Book Canon YouTube channel. Dropping the link again below. Genome, what is going on, guys? Hey, if you guys don't know about these folks in the chats, go sub everyone up. Go sub Genome. Go sub Library of Comics. Alex the Comic Hoarder. Thank you all for showing up for this pre-show live, man. I'm so excited about tonight's show, and I hope all you guys can show up. We got some awesome stuff to talk about. Yeah, and some awesome fan interaction. And again, this is our first official show. This show is going to have so much more to offer as the weeks go by. It's going to be a weekly show for the most part, every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We have a lot of ideas that we're going to continue to incorporate. Hopefully, once we get a few shows in, we can have some awesome guests and just keep adding to the show. And I'm so thankful to be a part of something so awesome right now, especially during these times. So, yeah, Isaac says Stanley Griffin, Chicago. So there's any Chicago Bear fans, because me and my family are huge Chicago Bear fans. Yeah, man. I mean, the Bears. I was a diehard 49er fan growing up. A lot of my family members are Bears fans coming from Chicago. But for football, I'm 49ers all the way. I grew up being a fan. Like I like the Dolphins. You know, I was watching Marino, Coleman. They had a lot of good players in the 80s and 90s. And then I mean I rep the Raiders, man. I was born in Oakland. It's sad that they're out of Oakland again. But I never got into the whole beef between like Raiders and 49ers. It's like you're not even in the same conference, let alone the same division. Now, if they faced each other, 49ers all the way, but it's like, you know, hometown love. But yeah, I mean, the Bears haven't been doing much as of late. Chiefs are my number two, though. You know, probably, and that's probably being a 49er fan and seeing all the 49er quarterbacks through the decades, like go finish their career in Kansas City. It's crazy. I mean, how many you got? Joe, you got Montana, you got Bono, Gerback, Alex Smith. So many 49er quarterbacks went over to the Chiefs. It's crazy. So yeah, man, we'll see if there's a 49er, a football season this year. Troy Aikman was the man. He killed 49ers plenty of times. He stopped them in their tracks from winning 6 or 7 Super Bowls, man. That's for sure. San Francisco born. Love the Niners. I always check on the Browns and Jags. Those Browns, man. Cleveland is a city where I come from. I love Cleveland, man. You know, I really wanted to. I want the Indians to win a World Series, but I'm Cubs before anything. Well, besides Giants. For baseball, it's Giants, Cubs, A's, Mets. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm a fan of the game, man. I love Bone Thugs. I love just the game, man. Bone Thugs, cool story, man. I worked a Bone Thug show in San Francisco at Slim's in 2010. Got to post up backstage. I almost did a track with Busy. Busy's probably my favorite Bone Thug, and for those, I make music. Just in case those watching don't know, and I almost did a song with Busy, but it ended up not happening. But that would have been amazing because Bone was big for me growing up. Library of Comments says, as a Saints fan that used to be in the NFC West with the 49ers. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I hated that the Saints had to play them twice a year, but was in awe of Montana. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I still wonder why the Cowboys are in the East, but the who is it? Who's the Tampa Bay? Is it Tampa Bay? The Florida team that's in the South, because Florida's the South, but it's still the East Coast. But then they have a Texas team in the East, and it makes more sense that the Texas team would be in the South or even the West, and the Florida team would be in the East. I don't get it. My friend is from Cleveland. He always tries to talk of the Browns every preseason, but you kind of see a sadness in his eyes. Says he knows it's going to be bad for them. Yeah, man. It's like even when it seems when they have good players, they just can't do anything with it. It's crazy. That's for sure. That's for sure, man. So again, guys, we are an hour and 20 minutes away from this show tonight. For those that haven't checked out my music, man, go yeah. I usually keep my music stuff separate, guys, but recently last year I posted some of my songs on my YouTube channel. But I'm gonna drop you guys a link to my website. This is my official music website. Go check that out. onioz.com. Y'all gonna see a side of me that you've never seen. Hello from Japan. K Ty, what is going on, man? Japan, much respect to Japan. I hope to someday visit Japan. It's such a beautiful part of the world, a beautiful place in the world in terms of geography and culturally. Yeah, my son loves Japan too. He said he wants to go live in Japan for a couple years or something. I would love to go to Japan. My college English professor actually is living in Japan teaching right now. So I get to see her posts on social media, and it's pretty awesome experience for her. Mr. Gretzky, what's going on? Thank you guys for showing up today. Again, we are about an hour and 20 minutes away from the Comic Book Canon live show. Go check that out. The Comic Book Canon YouTube. The link is below. Go follow Comic Book Canon on Instagram at Comic Book Canon. That's Canon with 2 N's. And again, the link to the show tonight with my co-host Jeff and I, just drop that in the comments. So go click that link, set a reminder, subscribe to the channel. Isaac asks, do you own Amazing Spider-Man 361? If so, do you know that book's going up because in the new Venom movie? I do own it. I own the silver printing, the second print, unfortunately, which is still obviously a valuable book. It's funny because I remember pulling that book off the shelf when I was a kid, but I don't remember why I got the silver one. So I don't know, because usually, we will go there like probably on the weekends. So maybe they're already sold out and that's all they had left. I don't remember. Or maybe they had both and I just liked the silver cover because I was a kid and I wasn't, I don't know, but at least I'm glad to have that one. It has been, I think it has been picking up steam. I haven't been following it too closely. But I do think I saw it in Top Movers on Cover Price maybe a couple weeks ago. It's like I said, right now I think it's really hard to monitor the market right now for books that have already been hot books, been key books, something like that. I don't know if it's very easy to watch a certain trend because you got a lot of people buying right now, but you also have a lot of people selling right now, but you also have a lot of people not spending a lot of money. So that could do so many things can be happening day to day. I mean, you can have people selling and those sales going kind of low, like low ball sales. So it could look like the price of books are dropping, but it's just because people are so desperate to sell. But then you got people right now that have like extra money in their pocket that might be buying high. And then you have people that might just be not spending any money. So it's kind of tough. Like I said, especially with certain books that are already like bringing in, at least $100 for a high grade like ASM 361. So, but I think hopefully as we get through this crisis and hopefully when movies start getting back on track, and hopefully Venom isn't pushed back too crazy. But I think once we get more hype, once that movie starts, we're thirsting for it. We see it over the horizon. We're definitely going to see more people grabbing that book. And depending on how well the movie is, if this movie comes out, because I think Venom surprised a lot of people. If this movie comes out and it's a huge hit and it really does something to bring over the MCU, and we see Tom Holland show up and Carnage is just a beast on screen, and we're like, whoa, and we're leaving that theater like, wow, I've waited since my childhood. I waited 30 years almost for this to happen and to see this on the big screen. That book can definitely jump up even more. I mean, I do think that the Venom film itself bloated Amazing Spider-Man 300. And what we saw it go up, after the hype, it kind of dipped a little. but it never went lower than it was before the movie hype. But ever since a small little cool off, it's been steadily climbing, man. Amazing Spider-Man 300, and I think that's the same thing that we're gonna get with Amazing Spider-Man 361. Even if this movie is a bomb, which I don't think it's gonna be a bomb, or even if the movie kind of disappoints, we could see a bubble kind of pop a little bit on 361 and it kind of drop off. But this book is hot no matter what. It doesn't matter what the movies do. It's not going to like deflate completely. And it is a book, regardless of movie hype, that's going to continue to gain value over time for sure. That's my perspective on it. What's the one biggest change that I did to my room? Because I need some details. You just get out the way, man. I mean, the biggest change is just all of it together. I reorganized comics. I reorganized comic boxes. I told you, I did say that I've basically minimized my long boxes to just what's in my unit that I built. I mean, that's pretty much it now. So that's a big change, getting away from long boxes, but that's not like a big change in terms of what you're going to see. So, and it's not, I don't know, maybe I'm hyping it up too much. It's not crazy, but overall, the aesthetics of the room, how it looks, it's a big change for me. I mean, it's going to look like almost a different room. So, title is terrible. Jack says the title. What title is that, Jack? Because I was talking about a few different things here. Are we talking about the movie? A movie title? What are we talking about? Let me know, because now I'm interested. All right, guys, we got a few more minutes here before I hop off and get ready for tonight's show. Again, for those that just came on, I've been dropping the link all through this live stream. Go check out Comic Book Cannon's YouTube page. Boom, there's the link. Give them a sub, give us a sub. Catch us at 6 p.m. for our show. All right, Library of Congress, just checked out the site. Oh, my music site. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Yeah, for those that want to know, I haven't been making music. I have a bunch of music that I haven't released that I've been released. I still release a few songs every year that I already had recorded. I just released a song last year, I believe, with the Outlaws. I'm a big Tupac fan. Tupac really changed my life and helped save my life. And unfortunately, I never got to meet him, but I got to work with his group, the Outlaws, and his family members and cousins and whatnot. And I got to make multiple songs with the Outlaws. And I did a song that I released last year that I put on my Journos Comics channel. But I haven't made music in a while, and I just set my studio back up because it's in my oldest son's room, and he's been wanting to get into music. So I set it up, hoping maybe to kind of inspire him. Maybe he'll make some beats. Isaac says, "Did you check out the comic book investing company?" I haven't got. I did initially, Isaac, but I haven't looked back again to check them out. But or maybe I even pulled up the website again, but just haven't looked out. You guys should see my tabs on my browsers. I have my 2 different browsers up, and my tabs are like, I have so many tabs open at all times because I'm constantly doing so many different things or researching so many different things, and it's crazy. I am so unorganized when it comes to what I'm doing online. Right on. Library of Congress is checking out my music. Appreciate that. Yeah, so let's check. So again, guys, the hashtag tonight to get featured on the show is hashtag my first comic CBC. If you have the first comic that you ever own and you've got a story to tell, hop on Twitter, hop on Instagram, post a picture of your first comic that you ever own and include the hashtag my first comic CBC. I'm going to drop that in the chat here again. Go check that out. You guys still have about an hour to get something submitted in there. And get that book and that picture in your Instagram featured on the show tonight. So like I said, lots of awesome things, guys. Yeah, Fridays are big, man. Even though I'm stuck in my house, I'm here with all you guys, and just happy to be a part of this community for sure. Have you heard of the character Icon? What publisher? Because I do not think I've heard of Icon. And if I Google it, it probably won't bring up something specific. Hubert, what is going on? Thanks for joining the show. Got a few more minutes here, guys, before I hop on out of here. Get ready for tonight's show and hop on over to Comic Book Cannon's YouTube. Again, check out our show tonight at 6 p.m. Link is below or in the chat. Give us a sub over there. Milestone Comics. Icon Milestone Comics. Thank you. I will check that out. So, anyways, guys, so a few last minute things here. 1,500 subscriber sub contest, or excuse me, 1,500 subscriber contest. My contest is going on right now. I got one more entry this week from Don Comic Book Junkie. Bless his heart. We did lose another member, and I will say a member of this community, Miss Haley. His dog, unfortunately passed away last week. And Miss Haley was a big part of Don Comic Book Junkie channel, always in his videos. And I'm a dog lover, and I loved seeing Miss Haley in his videos. So I just want to give some thoughts and love out to Don. And he was gonna just take a break from making videos for a while. Just obviously, losing a pet is losing a family member, and he actually said, you know what, I'm gonna make a video for my contest, and he did it. And I appreciate him taking the time to make that video. Super awesome. But for you guys, we still have about a little over 2 more weeks to get an entry in for my 1,500 subscriber contest. Now, I said before, go check out my my video that I did on my YouTube about the contest and what you need to do to enter. There is some Instagram stuff. Find my post on Instagram about the contest, tag 3 people in it, and share it. But if you don't do the Instagram and you just want to make a YouTube video, you can, as long as you answer the questions. And there's 8 questions, but they're easy questions to answer. You don't got to think too hard about it. Make a video, you get 1 entry for the grand prize. If you do all the Instagram stuff and you make a video, you get 2 entries for the grand prize. And I have a second place prize where if you don't make YouTube videos, but you are on Instagram, go on Instagram, make a post about it and answer the questions in the comments, or you can even do a quick 60-second video on Instagram, and you can have a chance to get entered to win the second prize at least. But the first prize is where it's at. I've shown off the stack of books, and there's also going to be the grand prize for the winner. That is a custom prize that's specifically catered to whoever wins. So that's going to be a surprise and a mystery, but I guarantee whoever wins will not be disappointed. So some awesome things to looking forward to. Comic Mag Musings, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Nelson, ask a comic question. Yes, I probably got about 4 more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna head off to get ready for the show tonight. So go ahead and ask a couple more questions. Easy. It took me 4 hours to make the video, Gino. Yeah, could you go all out, man? And you put an extreme amount of thought into your stuff. You had such a compelling argument for Ang Lee's Hulk movie, and I hear you, man. I think I agreed. I don't agree with you fully about the MCU, but yeah, man, your argument about the Hulk movie, it makes a lot of sense. And, you know, for the time, I think there was a lot of elements that really worked. But I think overall, you know, that the bigger picture did get kind of lost. And you're right. I mean, like the way that the Hulk looked and for the CGI back then, it was amazing. And, you know, my son was just watching Incredible Hulk, which I think Incredible Hulk was an enjoyable movie. I put it down at the bottom of my list on MCU movies not because it's a horrible movie, but just because it was like it doesn't fit into the connectivity of the MCU really. Actors changing, I know that's not everyone's fault, but the way the Hulk looked in that film when he was Hulk, I wish they would have carried that into the MCU, even with Mark Ruffalo's. And it didn't look too bad in the first Avengers, but it was still a lot more. It had a lot more of that monstrous detail in the Incredible Hulk movie. And I think that's what Ang Lee's Hulk was trying to aim for as well. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. I have a Blood Wolf 3 first print that says it's number 2 of 3 on the inside. Ooh. I got that. Wow. I got to look into that. That may be, it could be a misprint. Is the story number 3 still? You didn't get like a wrong cover attached. And I don't think I've ever seen that, a wrong cover attached to an issue. We've seen double covers, but I wonder if that might be a printing error. That's something to look into. It might just be a printing error, and if it's a printing error, is it on all the books? Or maybe on a certain run, and that could. I mean, hey, you know, if it is some kind of error, press error, printing error, you know, it doesn't necessarily make it like, oh, this is going to be extremely valuable. But hey, people like that kind of stuff, and it can drive value or make it special in its own way. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes. Isa says, did you hear that CBCS got their own census now? If so, what are your thoughts on that? You know, I know there's actually, I'm going to make a video about CBCS soon here, because there's a lot going on with CBCS that I think they're doing that is really awesome, and I think it's going to challenge CGC. It's printed on the inside of the cover, the back, right? Yeah. So that's interesting. I don't know if you've done any Googling and found anything online. I'm gonna look into that too, because that's interesting. It could be an error that just happened for like all the books, and they all say that, which would be really strange. But I mean, you know, things like that have happened. So, but yeah, CBCS. I did announce that I'm going to be sending. I'm not going to be asking for a refund on my CGC membership this year, but so I'm going to send some books in, which I'm going to make a video this week and ask your guys' opinions which books I should send in. But once that's done, I think I'm going to cancel it, and I'm going to probably try CBCS for the next year. But like I said, I think they're doing a lot of great things, and it could really, really strengthen the grading industry right now. So, all right, guys. With that being said, I appreciate you all for joining this evening. One more time, I am going to leave this link to the Comic Book Canon show. 1 hour until showtime. Click that link. Give the channel subscribe. Head over there at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern to catch me and Jeff do an awesome show for you guys. Until then, look for me this weekend. I'll be dropping a couple videos, and hopefully look for that room tour video by at least Sunday. And I promise you guys, I'm giving you my word right now. If I don't get that room tour done by Sunday, it's happening next week. That's for sure. Remember, you got 1 more hour to post your first comic book. Hashtag my first comic CBC. And until then, guys, or until next time, appreciate you all. Thank you all for joining in. Nelson, Isaac, Genome. Thank you all, guys. Go check me out. Comic Book Canon, 6 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern. Peace.